Leslie Sorrell is a political strategist and author From Clients to Crooks. An insider reveals the real Washington, D.C. And if there's ever a time where this book is a gigantic spotlight on Washington, it is now. Leslie, good morning.
Good morning. So
tell me, what I wanted to get your take on the Democrats moving very, very quickly in a holier-than-thou way to make sure that that their house is taken care of. And Al Franken steps down. Didn't seem like he wanted to step down, but he's stepping down. What are your thoughts? Is this just a move for the midterms?
Oh, well, we found something that Congress can agree on, and that's their shared culture of sexual misconduct.
Yeah.
Al Franken did. He is reluctantly stepping down. He's not excited about it. He wants to point at other people. But, the Democrats do not have they have a short-term memory. They certainly weren't acting as swiftly in 2011 with Congressman Weiner. That went on for almost a month before he resigned. We do have, there's so many of these.
That, by the way, was disgusting. I mean, he was texting to underage kids, and what a mess.
Yeah, and now I believe he is serving a 2-year prison sentence. But they weren't calling on it then, and they weren't calling on it for a long time. But they are doing this to try to, do the right thing, and also to point out we've got Donald Trump and Roy Moore on the Republican side.
Yeah.
There are other, there's so many congressmen toppling right now, though. Congressmen Franks and Barton are both Republicans, and they have resigned over this. There's going to be more resignations. We've heard there's up to maybe 40 being investigated.
On the up to 40, yeah. Think about that. On both sides. I don't know if we're going to keep track. Well, there were... there were 19 Democrats, and so tell me, are you hearing more on the is it Franks that stepped down over the what it seemed like? Well, he was talking to somebody about being a surrogate, to an aide about being a surrogate. It seemed like a pretty quick resignation for something that didn't seem so severe, but I get the feel there might be more to the story.
Well, that's what he stepped down because he doesn't want that story to come out.
Okay.
And that's an effective way to do it. We're never probably going to know what exactly happened.
Okay.
So now we're talking about the next fella.
Yeah. But what do we know, though? I don't know if you have any idea, but I thought the offer was $5 million. Did I hear that right?
Yeah, to be a surrogate.
$5 million, and he wouldn't let it go. He kept bringing it up. Where does he have $5 million to pay someone like that? I thought that was incredible.
Well, I talk about it in my book. The members of Congress have secretly changed laws where it's not illegal anymore for them to trade on their congressional knowledge. I had a client that went from $25 million to $50 million between 2008 and 2010.
Well, listen, the hypocrisy is, and I'm not a big fan necessarily, but Martha Stewart. For what Martha Stewart went to jail for, it's legal, basically, for Congress. As a matter of fact, they're passing the laws that they get to trade on. Am I correct?
That's right.
Yeah.
And they're having some amazing gains in their net worth, and they're doing it on our dime. And that's just what they did with that fund that pays off victims. That's taxpayers' dollars, and you and I again would be in jail as we should be. So. I talk about different things that each of them have done when they fall victim to the system of literally no longer going back home and living with the same laws that they make for a separate set for you and I.
Yeah. Well, that's something. On that Frank issue, look over here. Look at $5 million. So we're all talking about the $5 million that he was willing to pay for a surrogate. And no one's really digging in to find out what really happened. And I think, Leslie, you're right. We never will. And that just, it spoke volumes, I think, that the resignation came so quickly. But you got another 40 out there? That's just, what is that going to do to Congress? Is everybody going to resign? What's going to happen here?
Oh, well, if it were today, it would. It's how long does this play out? How long does the American public have to stomach this? And I think ultimately it will mean there will be more women in Congress after all this.
Yeah, maybe that's not such a bad thing.
Right.
Final question. There are those yesterday, two Democrats came out yesterday asking for the president to step down based on his treatment of women and possible indiscretions. But my question is, didn't we already vet that out during the campaign? And I think that voters didn't necessarily count it out, but they voted for him still.
They did. I mean, Republicans did lose their credibility. They don't have any moral high ground anymore because of Trump. But, you know, it's not going to be the Democrats that bring Trump down. I think he'll probably do that himself between ego, hot-headed tweets. If he's going to fall, I think he'll probably do it to himself and not the Democrats.
All right, Leslie, thanks for your time. I appreciate it. Leslie Sorrell from Fox News. Thanks so much. I do disagree with her on how many times have people said, that's it. He's done now. I cannot believe he said that about John McCain. Remember that? That long time was the first time he thought he was done.
Well, we're all grateful you didn't express your disagreement.
I know last time the woman got mad at me. Did you survive that? I know that they were all upset and
I think,
everything's okay.
I hope so.
We're still getting guests.
Yeah, all is well.